Alright, this is the second time I'm recording this. Some more hatred from YouTube, but anyway. We go back to 1510, the first slave shipments to the Dominican Republic and Haiti, and in 1620, around then, was the first shipments to America. I talked to you about that. And anyway, so the black Latinos who come to the Dominican Republic and Haiti, okay, it goes back to Hispaniola and the Canary Islands, and we're talking about the sugarcane cultivation and the importation of slaves, okay? So people like Christopher Columbus and Don Diego Colon, and how they had communities, slave communities there in Havana, especially in Cuba. And so then the French, of course, come in, and the Spanish and the French are selling slaves and killing Indians, and like the Arawak were replaced by the Taino Indians in 600 AD, etc. So we get to, there's also Cuba, you know, the Bay of Pigs that happened there as well. And you had, well, you had the Spanish authorities were regulating that area a lot. It's important to notice, is that they had ships, and they were regulating the slave trade from pirates, and there's a lot of this type of stuff going on, Pirates of the Caribbean, etc. So, you know, you had people like Juan Pablo Duarte, who founded secret societies like La Trinitaria. Remember the Trinity, and you have the Trinitaria, and you have the Trinitarios and Trinitarians, okay? You have to understand what is going on, my friends. The Republic of Dominicans in 1844, okay? The Constitution, November 6, 1844. I'm referring to my notes at this point because a lot of these dates, you know, sometimes I don't want to mess up on. So we go on to Puerto Rico. Of course, there was a lot of slaves that went there. Puerto Ricans are part black, as everyone knows. Okay, and it's obviously in Venezuela and Colombia there was some blacks going there as well, but the majority of them went to places like Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico and Cuba. You have to understand. Places like the Virgin Islands, the Leeward Islands. You have to understand that what they're trying to do is rewrite history. They're trying to say the dark-skinned Asiatic people that made it to America 11,000 BC, 9,000 BC, that made it to these places, that they had nothing to do with the culture, that they don't matter, that the blacks who they brought in after they wiped out the Indians, and now they're trying to wipe out the blacks, that they don't matter, that it's all about the elite's interest, the white elite's interest. They even use that term even on the websites, even on the history websites, History of Asia, History.com. They even use those kind of terms. BBC, Encyclopedia Britannica, etc., etc. Even in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, when defining terms, we're talking about white elites. You know, people like Admiral Harry Shepard Knapp, okay, who became the military governor. You have to understand that when we're talking about Dominican Republic, we're talking about Haiti, we're talking about Jamaica, we're talking about scum, we're talking about the Poles who sided with the Haitians when Napoleon Bonaparte sent 40,000 troops under his brother, I think his name was Lerlick. Okay, I'm not referring to my notes now, so I might be wrong about that name. But, so we're talking about what happened in Haiti, in the revolt, in the port of France, okay? What happened in Cuba, over here in Havana, Cuba. I don't know if the camera shows it. Ask the scum about La Trinitaria. Ask the scum how the Trinity relates to Freemasonry. Ask the scum how worldwide Masonry relates to the interest of the white elite. That's what you got to ask them. Ask them why they downplay the fact that the Asians who came to America were dark-skinned Asians. Ask them how they downplay the genetic characteristics of the dark-skinned people and how they're closer related to the dark-skinned Africans, and how the light-skinned people are closer related to the inbred Caucasoid cavemen. Ask them that. Ask them why they try to play off like, oh, the Neanderthals, they were so artistic and they were so much smarter than everyone else. If the Cro-Magnons weren't artistic as well, why did they have tools? Why were the Cro-Magnon the first one to come up with tools if the Neanderthals were more artistic, huh? You don't know what you're talking about. Sit down and shut up, white devil. You don't know. I do. I fucking do. These people don't know the difference between a chimpanzee and a Cro-Magnon man. They don't know the difference between a Neanderthal and an early European. And they want to tell me about my ancestors' history. Well, not only do I know the difference, and I have the facts and their version of the story, but I have the oral tradition to compare and contrast, and the opinions of the smartest people in the world. National merit scholars, the top brain surgeon in the world. Every brain surgeon has their specialty, okay? And my dad is the most intelligent brain surgeon in the entire world. No brain surgeon would dare go on TV and say I'm smarter than this particular doctor. No brain surgeon would go to stand up to me, come to me and say I'm smarter than your father. Not only would they be wrong, but they'd probably be missing some teeth as well. Because the white devil has lied enough about the achievements of the black man. The white devil has downplayed the achievements of the black man enough. The white devil has stolen the black man's ideas like Elijah Wood. The white devil stole the ideas, waited hundreds of years to give credit, if they did at all. What about the Baghdad battery? How does the Baghdad battery compare to Tesla and Newton, white man? How does it? You don't know what you're talking about, white man. You don't even know how they built the fucking pyramids, much less whose people were where. But I do. So sit down, you ignorant caveman, and shut up. And let history be told by the true representative of Ra and Dot. You scum. Tell these motherfuckers. Now, when we're talking about motherfucking how the mafia colluded with the Masons and the government to try to take out Castro and Kennedy and the Bay of Pigs. What about that, you scum? Isn't it bad enough you brought slaves to Havana and now you try to the Bay of Pigs as well, you Hispaniola scum? You pirate scum? I'll tell you one thing the pirates of the Caribbean got right. Is that the main scum who profited from the pirates were white. But many of the pirates were black, just like the pirates in Somalia, because they were against the interest of the white elite scum who plant moles and co-op movements, J. Edgar Hoover kind of scum. Why do you think a lot of these blacks went to Haiti, went to Jamaica, went to Cuba? Because they were trying to get away from the white racist scum and reunite with the black revolutionaries. Because history records Napoleon Bonaparte and Lerlich getting their asses handed to them. Greatest military general, bloodline of geniuses, sure didn't help them, because the true bloodline of God, even though we were outgunned, prevailed. And the scum like Pat Robertson would say, oh, it's because they were cursed. It's because they were cursed and because they invoked the devil. So, what you're trying to tell me, you fork-tongued satanic minion of hell, is that we were trying to invoke the devil when you are the guys who use idols. You the guys who stole the knowledge and didn't give credit. You are the guys Jesus cussed out. When Jesus was cussing out people, he wasn't in Africa, my friend. When Jesus was saying they know not what they do, he wasn't in Africa, my friend. He was surrounded by white Roman scum who thought just like you. And they thought that they knew better than the guy who spoke the Afro-Asiatic language. Just like you. You don't know nothing, you inbred caucasoid filth. So keep your mouth silent. Because you might inspire someone to cut out your devil tongue. You keep it up. Pat Robertson is a white devil. Napoleon Bonaparte was a white devil. Rothschild is a white devil who stabbed his white devil friends in the back in order to profit on them so he could have the last laugh. You fucking devil fucks.